Alright, welcome everybody. We have a best of 5 on our hands today, and it is actually Division S North America. And we have the Order of the Sleeping Dragon against Revive Esports, and I kind of peeked a little bit to see what kind of comps are being played over here, and I was a bit surprised by some of the heroes that showed up, so we're gonna go through this. I haven't watched the games, I don't know how they end, I don't know anything here, but let's check it out. Enigmatic on Reyna for Sleeping Dragon. We currently have Elhaim on Ana, Shot on Muradin, Corgi Booty on Dehaka, Treebeard on Falstad, and over to the right side, Revive Esports with Gronmin on Genji, Tempest and Lucio, Griffy on the Vikings. Ooh la la. JTR on Sylvanas, and Bismarcky is playing ETC. Time to shine. So we already have the Vikings in play, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser for the rest of this series. Again, I don't know how the games end, but I glimpsed, it is a best of 5, I glimpsed at a couple of the team compositions that are being played. This is the most meta composition that we have in probably all of the games, I'd say. So it's an interesting setup here, to say the least. Sylvanas with the Unfurling Shadows on level 1. The Vikings obviously doing their thing. So generally speaking, we currently have a Viking composition against a double global. And we also have our first kill. Oh yeah, it's Fiesta time, baby. Lucio gets value. Has to be North America. Down goes Muradin, and we have the kill against Reyna as well. That 4-man obviously empowered by the Viking pressure. And you can actually tell that Revive Esports knows what they're doing with this. So the entire lineup that we see from Revive Esports centers around the idea that you have the Vikings split on 2 lanes. This is why we're seeing the Vikings not split on 3, they're having them on 2 lanes, and then they push on the 3rd lane with Sylvanas. So they have a heavy push composition that is based on Sylvanas giving them a little bit more value, and they're trying to capitalize on that. And since on this map, the goal is to take the structures down as much as you can, so that your objective is eventually attacking the core, is a pretty cool idea. And they already start taking down a couple of those. On the other hand, the counter that we're seeing from Sleeping Dragon is an attempt to play with a double global and really react to those rotations. And that's something where they have to really play well around Dehaka and Falstad and the mobility that they offer in order to make sure that they can really pull that off. There's the drag already by Corgi Booty, and yep, that little doggy is fierce. Takes down Balog right away. Eric has in the meantime taken over the control at the bottom of the map. Has to go up against the Siege Giant camp and should really not be able to hold a candle to this in the long run. So I expect the rotation to head bot side eventually. And yeah, apparently I'm wrong, because nobody is starting to move in for this. So this is going to do quite a little bit of damage, especially if Muradin stays over. Not quite sure why he's currently moving to the top. Shot is moving top side. If Treebeard goes bot lane, that would go well, but this is actually a problem. If any hero would have stayed bot side for them, they could have just used those Siege Giants to crash through the wall, but as nobody deals with this, Eric has an easy time defending the camp, so that's a bit weird. At the top side, in the meantime, having Falstad flying into the back line. Doesn't have Gust yet, though. It's a little bit early for him to make that play. Still exposes himself there slightly, but it's a big push with the camp that we're seeing, and thanks to the Sylvanas value, plus the camp, we're having also the entire front wall taken down before the objective even spawns. The Vikings are still getting the value on the lane in the meantime, which leads to a lead for Revive Esports and experience as well. And here come the shrines, and with that we're also having Olaf getting a couple of shots for his team, as Balog is making the rotation into the middle there. Down at the bottom of the map, still the value from Eric himself. Treebeard, ooh, that would be a kill! Oh, and indeed it is! That's a 4 versus 5 that are basically fighting there, and I'm lying, it's a 4 versus 4 actually. Genji still goes down, because we had Dehaka still in the middle. So Genji down, Falstad also eliminated, the bird is dead, and with this, experience is starting to just increase for Revive Esports because they're controlling all of the lanes right now. That level 7 talent might just be enough for them to take control over one of those temples again. And there it is, level 7 in their hands, and Dehaka has to rush away immediately and has to get out of there. Which is exactly what he does. Starts to move down to the bottom of the map, where Mr. Slingshot is still getting some value. Griffy, on the other hand, needs to pay attention to the minimap, and does. Moves out as he sees Dehaka coming. Ana, on the other hand, is in a bit of trouble, and yep, that could be a double kill even, if they go for that. Ana should fall, and Ana, well, Genji is a little bit low, and Ana gets tickled by Lucio, and finally, Okay, that's the Genji kill. Finally falls to the lava flashes that she has there. Tempest is also still alive on his Lucio, so it's again a trade, kill for a kill. With 4 kills against 2, that isn't really too bad. Bot lane, that's where we're now having Eric in a bit of trouble. Corgi, yeah, doesn't even get the kill. Eric the Swift is still on the run, that level 4 talent coming into play. Falstead, on the other hand, comes in with a quick channel, nicely done. Uses the wingman to get another siege giant camp against them here. And that's actually worth a lot. The problem is that at the top lane, we're still having the big push happening from Sylvanas. That's even more damage against the fort itself. ETC needs to be slightly careful here, as we have the drag of the Haka. Not accounting for the Stormbolt though, but they still get the kill against the cow. Eric rotating around the siege giants to make sure that they're at least getting this one. This is a weird game. It's actually even an experience. 4 kills against 3 right now. And yeah, it's an interesting one. So for the time being, we have Genji starting to dive in again with the damage. And that's the problem when you're on the bird anyways. If you're going up against the Genji, it's of course worse if you have Genji and Abathur against you. But just Genji alone can already do a whole lot of damage whenever he jumps onto Falstad. And that's exactly what we're witnessing right here. The assistance that comes from Lucio is obviously not bad either. We have now the Festering Wounds taken on level 7, so that means that Sylvanas should be able to get a lot of stacks in from her level 7 talent for the Unfurling Shadows. And they're going for the aggression again. Tempest hyper-aggressive the entire time here, moving in over and over again for a quick boop. But also has to be careful that it doesn't fall here. The level 10 is a bit quicker for them. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. That's a suicide bird if I've ever seen one. Treebeard goes in, but Barrow rolls away. Everybody was surprised that he suddenly appeared. Then comes the Stormbolt against Lucio. That helps them to slow the onslaught down, as they were aiming for Muradin, but they can't get him. In terms of abilities, well, not even North America picks high five. Yep, we're still seeing the sound barrier taken. Ana, on the other hand, with the Eye of Horus. So going the full distance here. And the bottom temple is being fought over as Moshpit is now claimed by his Marquis. The Vikings obviously on all the lanes again. But with the Haka still holding topside, they still fight a 4 versus 4 at the bottom of the map here. In comes Genji against Ignatic here, trying to take Reyna down. So far, not happening. But the temple is taken over. And the Haka, he is just sitting at the top side and chilling. The Haka in a bush. Alright, down at the bot lane. Falstad is down as the Haka arrives. He's a little bit too late. There's the second kill as the Axe Strike connects. Mosh pit happens against Muradin. The drag is there. Shot is able to at least get the Stormbolt through. And there's also the Avatar. They're still trying to follow it up on him. But they cannot quite get the kill here. But as you can see, that fort is eliminated. And that's the first one to fall in the game. First 4 down. Shots still gonna be fired by the temple, which could actually lead also to a destruction of the fort in the middle. Not through the temple alone, but if they rotate in and push a bit more damage onto it with Sylvanas, they might actually be able to push that through. With that said, up to the top, we're currently having Treebeard sitting again for the experience. And again, they have a double global, but they can't really keep up with the experience lead that comes to the Vikings. And you can take a bit of a closer look at this. The Vikings themselves already with 11,000 XP that they got. We have 6,800 for the Haka. So on a minion perspective in experience, we have a massive lead right now for the red team. And that comes mainly through the Viking play. But then you look over to the hero experience, and those 7 kills that came together for the Revive Esports really start to make the difference now in the long run too. And they're starting to also go for the push here. I mean, with this, they have another camp set up that they can now use to push through the fort itself. And even though the blue team takes their own, Sleeping Dragon won't be able to defend this by no means whatsoever. 17,000 damage on Sylvanas. Stormbolt misses. A shot is trying to come in from the side with a quick flank. The Vikings still doing their thing against the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map, trying to take that here. And in terms of talents, 8 stacks only by Muradin, by the way. We're 8 minutes in, so that's roughly 1 Stormbolt connected per minute that we're seeing from shot here right now. The 13 gives us also the jump on the side of ETC. All the forts are destroyed, and Revive Esports is really starting to outplay Sleeping Dragon a little bit at this point. It's a bit, it's honestly a bit tricky for them. You're behind in experience, you're behind in the talent, you have Vikings against you that they are struggling to deal with, and now the camp is also taken away from them. Sylvanas the entire time with the festering wounds. Once that shot starts to jump, they go, oh, that was a bit of a misplay from ETC. On this level, you have to wait with a push until shot really starts jumping. In this case, that could have been a kill against Muradin if he just waits a second until he uses his face melt here. So yeah, that would have definitely been a good move from him. But as it stands, they're still in the lead, and they have now a double siege giant camp at the bot lane. And if they play their cards right here, they might be able to break through the wall too. So waiting for it right now. Starting to straight go for that. Top lane. That's why we're having still defense from Eric alone. Down here at the bottom of the map, on the other hand, there's a little bit of value through the camps. And the rest of the team is there. The drag against ETC. And the slide. Bismarcky is trying to get out here. And the isolation hits him. There's the gas. The bridge of death, worthy of its name once more. As ETC goes down, they're trying to get at least a counter kill. Roman so far with no X-Strike goes in for the backline. And there's the kill against Falstad. They're trying to make the play against Shot now. And Muradin is incredibly low. Muradin is on the run and he goes down, but it's a double kill from Jimmy against Genji and Sylvanas. And Lucio is going for the French play, the tactical retreat with a speed boost towards the backline. The Vikings are of course still in play as well, and that means that during all of this they still soaked experience here, and they are starting to take the shots, or well, pretty much they're finishing the shots on two temples. With this we have one keep down, we have the one in the mid lane, heavily attacked too. So that's nearly going to get net them even more. And there's an attack against the boss. And honestly, that is a bit of an ambitious, or that would be a bit of an ambitious play if anybody would actually sniff it out. But Griffey sees that quite late. So half of it is already completed. Lucio is starting to move in. But I'm not quite sure. There's a 5 versus 5 on the map. Can they delay this long enough to really try and make a difference here? I doubt it. Yeah, and they not even rotate over, they just let this one slide and instead go for their own camp in the meantime. So going straight to the top. 16 is now in the hands of the red team, which gives us the holy grail of Vikings play. If you plan on participating in team fights, the large and in charge. Yeah, it's all about the stun, baby. It's all about Olaf. And besides that, we're now also having on level 16 the showstopper. So that's going to allow ETC to be a bit more aggressive with this. Talking about aggression, Eric is actually down here. You will pay for your sins. At the top lane, Belok is pushing the lane out quite aggressively, and that means also that Falstad is still missing. If Falstad actually flies down here, then the top lane is going to fall. And Falstad is already going for the fly. But the Vikings also moving in. Yep, there comes the large and in charge, baby. There we go. And the immediate rotation away from Anna, but still the kill. Nicely done. Moshpit comes through. It's a dance, baby. There's the Gus. The top lane is still pressuring. Olaf or no Olaf, it doesn't even matter. Because with the catapults on the entire camp, this is still doing a whole lot of damage. This is doing more damage than the boss, to be honest with you. And yeah, that was nicely executed by them. The Haka, on the other hand, has still a global up, and that's what he used to move topside, but the wall has still fallen. And now they're looking at a chase, and that's where Lucio obviously excels. Starts to move in immediately for Treebeard. And actually, in this case, they're trying to make the play for Reyna instead. And they're gonna get Jimmy. Jimmy down. Yeah, another day, another kill. And there we go. 31,000 damage for Reyna, by the way. 34,000 for Genji. And with 11 kills to 6 and 17 versus 16, they're looking for the Sylvanas value in the middle again, as the rest of the team, aka the Vikings, are looking at those temples again. So it's just a massive outplay that we're currently seeing from Revive Esports. It's honestly a bit of a checkmate position that they're being maneuvered into. It's really tricky for them to get anything done, because what are you going to do here? You can't go for those temples because your opponent is pushing the lanes, the camps are pushing against you from all over the place, and in this case Revive Esports doesn't even give them a fight. There's a keep already falling, and with that the keep at the top side is also going to be annihilated, since the double temple is easily taking care of that. And then you have catapults pushing on every single lane. What are you going to do with that? They need to win a fight and need to win it soon. There's the fast wounds already being applied again. Also moving out. Stormbolt misses again. Currently 13 stacks on Muradin. But yep, that was Genji moving out. And the core is already falling. Slowly and steadily. 44%. And with that pressure down here, it's not quite going to be destroyed. But they can easily backdoor this now too. 22%. That's fucking nothing. That's absolutely nothing here. They can just move in and take them down now, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. The sleep dart is hitting. try and get the kill there. Shields are slowly recovering. Mighty Gust has to be used in just a moment now too. Genji might still fall. There's the Gust. And 19% on that core. They're trying to go for it. 10! And that is game. As Revive Esports with a Viking composition takes the victory in the first map of the best of 5 here in Division S North America. Game number 2, everybody! And if you thought the first one was wild in terms of compositions, think again. On the left side, Enigmatic for Sleeping Dragon. Yeah, they're still sleeping, they haven't been woken up yet. He plays Gul'dan, Corgi Booty on Leoric, we have Shot on Johanna, Treebeard on Sylvanas, and Morales, played by Elhaim. But on the right side of the map, that's where the real party starts. Revive Esports with JTR on Alexstrasza, Tempest on Probius. We have Gronmin on Sonya, Bismarcky on Cho'Gall, and Griffey on Gal. It is Division S North America, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, it's wild. I was honestly, when I saw Morales for a moment, considering if they're trying to go for a backdoor strategy with Sylvanas here. The only thing that really deters me from that is that there is no Tyrael, and there are not really a lot of globals. Usually you have a false that is considered there. You get someone like Greymane or Reyna that can really help out with a bit of extra damage against the structures. But we're not getting any of that. But instead, we are still getting that Cho'Gall setup, and it's Bisify. So I also heard that Bismarcky and Griffey are, by the way, 2 sub-players that subbed in for Revive Esports. I mean, so far, I gotta say, they did pretty well in game number 1. If they can continue the trend, then hey, by all means. Level 1 with a Fuel for Flame here already taken. So the Consuming Blaze, pretty typical here. And the early game. Haven't seen Cho'Gall in a hot minute, to be honest with you. The Taskmaster at the same time now for level 1 on the side of Gal. And obviously, what we're seeing on the side of Probius is a build. I mean, obviously, what else would you go for with Probius? We see Probius nearly every single game cover. The Photon Cannon focus on him. But I honestly don't know what to do with that draft. I have no idea how you can come up with a draft like this. If you're looking at Division 7 of Heroes launch, I've never seen anything that is remotely this insane. So it's so crazy it might actually work. I mean, I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out soon enough. We have at least the Cho'Gall, the Gul'dan setup against them with the Echoed Corruption here. We have also still the Laws of Hope in terms of healing for Johanna. And the Overwhelming Affliction taken at the same time here. So trying to get the additional slows here on the Cho'Gall, that actually works. And of course it's also percent damage that you get out of this. Against Cho'Gall, the adjustment definitely makes a little bit of sense. If Sylvanas can focus on that, that would be great for her and for the team of course too. Right now the problem is that Sylvanas is the one that gets focused. And Morales is trying to keep her alive somehow. Treebeard is just running from the left to the right and the right to the left. The Master of Jukes here survives thanks to Elhaim. But there's still the attempt from Alexstrasza to make sure that nobody on her own team dies either. And the supports have indeed been successful with that little setup. Now we're having a full slam build currently for Sonya. Furious Blow on level 1, the Shattered Ground on level 4. Instead we're seeing Turbocharge, by the way, on Probius. So trying to rush away a little bit faster. In terms of movement speed boosts, we're also seeing Alexstrasza currently with her level 4 specking straight into that with the Exuberance. And the first shrine is about to be activated on the map now too. So we're starting to head straight into our first big battle, hopefully, in a 5 versus 5 setup, which should be kind of special considering the builds here. We're having good timings around the camp, so as I said multiple times, especially when it comes to Shaman camps on Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, you want to take them before the objective spawns. This is exactly what we're seeing for both of them. Question of course still remains, does someone leave a hero topside to take the camp out? And currently it doesn't really look like it, but these minions are already in tower range. Down here on the other hand, we have Cho'Gall being attacked. And Cho'Gall is really a character that normally gains a lot of value in the later stages of the game in particular, because he will be, he scales extremely well into the late game. And in the early game you can do a whole lot with the hero too, but one of the biggest downsides is obviously that you have only 4 hit point bars on the map, which makes it sometimes difficult to deal with globals, but we don't have a global on the side of Sleeping Dragon. We have Morales on the other hand with a potential medivac later. Corgi Booty nearly going down, and Elhaim has a lot to do here to keep everybody in play. Because with now also the Dragon Queen being popped, Revive Esports has just taken over the shrine. But the fight back at level 7 is ready for the Sleeping Dragon. And trying to capitalize on that now too. Festering Wounds again for Sylvanas. And on top of that, the Hunger for Power now taken as well. Getting the additional spell power here for Gul'dan. Trying to go for Cho'Gall and the kill. It's a triple. Sonya falls too. The entire front line has been demolished, and with that comes the Arcane Punisher that they are able to take for themselves. Nicely done. Really well done. And with that, we're already having a push now down to the bottom of the map on the first fort. Let's see if they can actually take that one down. Yeah, Shot is already sitting there and is trying to anchor at the side in case there's a flank coming, which in this case is far from happening. But that's an easy fort destroyed. And towards the top side, we are having Corgi Booty pushing this out and trying to secure themselves a little bit more experience. Not that they really need it, they're already nearly 2 levels ahead, which isn't too bad. But yeah. The Sylvanas setup that we're having here, it's all about the push power for them. They're just trying to push the entire time, and they are really getting mass value out of that first Punisher. Keep in mind, this is the first Punisher of the game. They just opened 5 minutes in the wall at the keep. That's how far this has been pushed. Easy peasy. And in terms of stacks, we're also having half completed quest talents on Gul'dan and on Probius, so both of them are doing fairly well here. But it's kind of crazy. Down to the middle, on the other hand, camps are now taken, since obviously Sleeping Dragon have taken full control over the game, at least for the time being. With them reaching level 10 now, there's very little that can be done to stop them until the heroic abilities are also available for Revive Esports. So they are using that to their advantage by again pushing the mid lane, thanks to Sylvanas. But now we're also having the Stim Drone taken from Morales. And Sylph hasn't claimed anything. Are we going to get a mind control against someone like Cho'Gall? Is that actually happening? Well, that's horrifying. There's a kill. And that's an easy triple kill again. The exact same heroes that died in the previous attempt have now fallen too. And yeah, for now, it's not a good game for Revive Esports. They might have gone a little bit too far with the memes here. Probius at the top is getting soloed by Leoric in the meantime. And Tomb and everything. And down here we're having another wall at the keep destroyed with 7 kills against 0. And the arrow actually gets the last hit in against Alexstrasza. Sylvanas pushes more into another hero kill. And talking about kills, I mean, they want to go for the keep now too. And they have a camp that assists them with this as well. Guys, we are 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. We are 6 minutes and 40 seconds into this game, and they are looking to go for the keep itself. They are absolutely murdering this right now. Can they actually save the keep? They're about to get the kill against Johanna, and they get it, and their keep is not down. Leo moves away. Oh, but nearly a kill. Oh, Sylph goes in. No fucks given. And says, I'm going to get that kill. And if it's the last thing that I do. And then Probius says, well, we can arrange that. It is the last thing that you're going to do here. And takes her down. Oh, nicely done. So the keep is still there. The keep is still in play. And level 10 abilities are now also ready. Which gives us, first of all, the Hammer of Twilight plus the Twisting Nether. We're having the Pylon Overcharge, Life Binder, makes a whole lot of sense obviously with Cho'Gall, and the Wrath of the Berserker. Okay, let's see if they can maybe do something here. They got 2 important kills that gave them a lot of experience as well, but the mid lane is eventually going to fall, or should at least. But yeah, down to the bottom of the map, we're having now the camps also pushing out. Tempest on his Probius is currently doing his thing, and yeah, should probably watch a couple of arena videos to be honest with you. Bonus points for anybody who knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, now we're having 20,000 damage on Gul'dan, 17,000 damage on Gal, and it's time for Shrine. Shrine is activating. Leo should be able to move away from this one easy peasy. There's nothing they can really do about that. Sylvanas still at the bottom of the map moving in here, but the fight at the top is still firing through. And there's another kill. Alexstrasza is dead. Blessed shield against the rest of the setup, and they're trying to make their play for Sonya. Sonya is down. That's 11 kills against 2, and it looks like he might die too. There's another Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, and that's a Cho'Gall kill. You could argue that there's a reason why we usually don't see Cho'Gall on this level, and you would be right. So the shrine is active, but as you can tell, a few of the heroes don't only want to go for Tempest, but they're also saying, hey, there's a keep there, we might be able to get that as well. That's exactly where they're headed right now. Alexstrasza, yeah, sorry girl, but you're not gonna be able to deal with that. That is just not happening. You're not the one that all of a sudden defends against that attack. So with 21 stacks in their hands and the keep taken down, that particular Punisher is gonna go through the middle. That Punisher is actually gonna go through the middle of the map, where there's no keep anymore. Can they actually end? I'm not so sure. I mean, honestly, it's a 2-level lead and they have a talent advantage, but if they get any kind of setup where they can lock down Cho'Gall long enough to get a kill, then maybe they might be able to take it. But right now, I have my doubts that this is an opportunity to take the game itself. But hey, it could actually happen, so we'll see. They're actually waiting this one out, trying to take even more camps, so they sit at 39. I mean, I think in an ideal world, they would hope to get level 16, which I think is impossible. And yeah, nobody wants to wait that long. So they take the camp. They're trying to go core here. They have a Khaldor camp. They have catapults coming in, and they have the Punisher now too. But they still need kills. Without kills, they can't do anything here. Yeah, that's not the Entomb that's gonna win you the game. Enigmatic tried, but this Iffy was already moving through. That was a nice move though, and there's the Horrify. Blessed Shield could come out, and should come out, and doesn't come out. Okay, so they're not going for it just yet. The Life Binder actually saving it. There's the Blessed Shield. Punish is already on the core. Cho'Gall is nearly dead, and we have a stim drone on Leo, who's just hammering away here. The Dragon Queen, nicely done. The kill on the other hand against Probius. Dragon Queen is able to help Sonya to get a kill. And with Cho'Gall, they're dropping Gul'dan. And so far, so good. 14 kills against 4, nearly level 16, but we still have a 4 versus 3 on the map. Oh, but Cho'Gall! Oh, can they get him? Oh, indeed they do. They get the kill against Cho'Gall, and now it looks like Sonya's also gonna fall. And just before Morales is taken out, the core is losing its shield slowly. They have the level 16, they want the kill against Alexstrasza, and they get it. And now they actually get the core damage in. We have Probius back. It's another 14 seconds until Cho'Gall is back to business. There's the Entomb, there's the kill, and guys, this should be game. You just need to take a few of the minions out too to allow the catapults to hit the core, but even without it, they're going to be fine here. It is a tie in the series. Sleeping Dragon obliterates Revive Esports with 19 kills to 4 on Infernal Shrines in game number 2. Game number 3, everybody. The second one was wild, and the third one is most likely gonna look similar. We have on the left side for the Awakening Dragon, Corgi Booty on Samuro, Enigmatic on Genji, Elhaim on Karazim, Tribute on Liming, and Shot on Tyrael. And over to the right side of the map, this is where things are starting to get exciting again. JTR on Ana, Tempest on Hanzo, Gronmin is actually playing Chen. We have Bismarcky on Asmodan and Griffey on Garrosh. Alright, I start to believe more and more that this is Division 7 and not Division S North America. We have an actual Asmodan play, but we have actually an adjustment. Wrath is taken on level 1, so we're going to see more of a basic attack focus at this point. Okay, I'm curious, I'm intrigued. I'm especially intrigued to see if someone helps Bismarcky stack a little bit, but yeah, we have actually a Chen in play. And in this case, we have the accumulating flame on him. Now, at this point, the only thing that's a little bit sad, I'm happy that we see Chen. What I'm sad about is that with Chen seeing actual play, it's only a matter of time until Blizzard nerfs the hero again, because obviously if Chen is actually getting picked by a team, that means that he is overpowered, and it has been a while since Chen got nerfed, so yeah, it's about time. But with that said, we have the bot lane really attacked here. Chen has taken the top solo against Samuro, as we're going into our little game here. We have, with Asmodan, already starting to get a couple of stacks together. He obviously tries that against Shot here now too. Enigmatic is jumping in to help him out with that. But yeah, it's a wild one. It's honestly a wild draft already. I can't wait to see how Asmodan is going to stack this. And Asmodan actually gets taken down. Lord of the Dunks, my ass. He got dunked on pretty quickly here in the mid lane. So yeah, that's not the opening that they were hoping for. They played well with the Vikings in game number 1, but then they tried that Cho'Gall strategy in game number 2. And as you can imagine, that didn't go too well. So at this point, the big question is just simply, can they turn it around with the draft that they're currently using here? Can Asmodan get the value in the late game that you're hoping for when you draft that hero? And yes, we're seeing at the top side still Chen doing his thing. So, well, Gronmin is already sitting there and is trying to take... Well, I mean, first of all, he's actually having the wave clear that he can deal easily with Samuro there at the same time. Tempest, in the meantime, is also about to fall on his hand, so that's a problem. Elhaim, on the other hand, gets attacked and survives with 7 hit points. He actually just survived with 7 hit points. Not even close. Li Ming, in the meantime, decided that Dominance is a shit talent that she doesn't need to take and goes into Triumvirate again. I'm at this point really just praying that we at least see Calamity here. But granted, Dominance is not as strong as it was in the past, but still, it is quite powerful, especially in those team fights if you're trying to stay alive there. So most players still take it, at least when we're talking about Division S in Europe. Not so much here in North America, though. We're having Deadly Strike taken at level 4. We're also having, in the meantime, the Battleborn actually taken here for the cooldown reduction. Okay, so trying to play a lot around the trade too. Chen again drinking and gets wrecked. The Panda gets ganked here as we're having the massive attack against Ana down here. One altar already channeled. Is that a 40-0 scenario potentially? Already one taken out. Down here in the middle on the other hand, there's a little bit of Asmodan pressure as Ana finally gets the channel through. So it's 2 against 1 altars after all. Not quite the 2 that we normally see taken, but still works out for them right now. Asmodan is sitting at 49 stacks right now, and obviously it's going to be quite important for Asmodan to get the stacking together here. If he can get that, then the late game is definitely something where he can start to shine. Obviously, not only do you have the Globe of Annihilation, the additional damage output here, the 20 is also going to play a big role here, but Wrath can also really do well for him later on in the game, as Chen dies again. The Chen hate is real. They had pandas. Nobody knows why, but they hate pandas. So at this point, we're having the attack against Li Ming. There's just no way for Treebeard to survive this. There's absolutely none. Went for Calamity on level 7. Swift strikes take... Swift Retribution has been taken on level 7 by Tyrael. And we actually have a bit of a different focus when we're looking at Samuro. Way of the Blade on level 1, straight into the Burning Blade on level 7. So he finds himself some synergy there. But it's really the level 10s that are going to make this exciting, because I want to see what especially the Samuro play in the later stages look like. And the push that we have topside is actually starting to concern the red team a little bit. They're not rotating anybody over though. Asmodan hasn't even made a decision yet, and they're apparently absolutely okay with losing this. I have zero idea what's happening here. But they look at that bell tower and they're like, who cares about bell towers? Those guys are not important, are they now? So not only do they lose the bell tower, they lose Chen too. So this happens when you don't react to what your opponent does. Yeah, Heroes ABC right there. Level 7 gives us also the Art of Chaos at this point. And, well, we're having still in the middle a bit of a push happening. Bismarcky nearly actually fell to that attack. But yeah, now it's 5 bell towers against 3. Obviously, you still need to channel through them. Shot is trying to get the interrupt, and does indeed. Karazim is now also close by. In experience, they're so far ahead that they're nearly on level 10. So heroic abilities would be great for them too. And there comes Shot with the channel, and there's nobody to interrupt him. So that's 5 shots fired. And with that, we're now having the Revive Esports team down to 27 points on the core. And obviously, a concerted effort to try and get a bit more value at the bottom of the map by Pumpkin Steel. Going straight for the Pumpkin Camp. They have a level 10 by now. Up top side, we're having a bit of a counter push happening. Unfortunately, we don't see Judgment on Tyrael. That would have been just the play. Karazim, I guess 7-sided strike for him. Yep, indeed, that's what we're getting here. And still an entire level for Revive Esports to hit level 10 as well. So the damage comes through down at the bottom. They're starting to go straight for Ana, and Ana gets wrecked. Yes, there's the X-Strike. 7-sided comes out too. They're going for Tempest, and that's a kill. So they take 2 more kills, 7 against 1, and they're going to take the bottom bell tower. The top was reconverted by Revive Esports, but now the bot lane is controlled by the team in blue. And honestly, in game number 1, well, the dragon might have been sleeping, but it definitely woke up in game 2, and currently it seems like the dragon is wide awake. Late game might change that. Again, that Asmodan factor is something that still has to be considered at some point. The Eye of Horus is taken again. Seems like that's the standard pick to be taken right now on the North American meta. We're also having Chen, so waiting this out. Tide of Sin taken for Asmodan. And nobody is dealing with the bot lane. This is still a bit weird to me, because normally in Europe at least you would see a defense at the bottom, but there's a 5-man commitment actually for this one right now, and they're taking that bell tower back. Nobody defending it, nobody really fighting for it, having a little bit of aggression in the middle on the other hand. So Sleeping Dragon is opening this up again. At the bot lane in the meantime, there's Probius just sitting, making sure that nobody gets the channel through with him having a say about that. So we're having now another interrupt. The fight, on the other hand, is more so focused towards the mid lane here. Enigmatic barely gets out. The Sanctification is being used, but he was already gone. Down here, on the other hand, it looks like Hanzo might actually fall, and they're quite not getting the kill. Eye of Horus there with the heals. Ana helping out, but Elhaim gets that channel, and it's another 4 shots fired. They're down to 23 points on the core. One altar is still up, though. One altar is still up. Top bell tower has taken damage again. Just saying, as the minion waves are pushing in. And Chen is getting bullied again, but this time he has the triple panda and uses the ult, and there's the big arrow. Really good one. Deflect activated. The kill against Hans on the backline. All 3 are actually surviving for Sleeping Dragon. They're turning it around with even more kills. Ana is about to fall. 8 kills against 1 already. Make it 9. Make it 10. Oh, actually, it's Genji that falls. Chen's still dying, and so is Asmodan, and they get a full 5-man team wipe. Yeah, and that should actually lead, maybe, even to another bell tower connect. But now they have a level 13. With that, we are getting Shikuchi. We're having also the Illusion Master. The channel is still happening. They're not trying to go for the bottom bell tower with this yet. They know that the death timers are still too low. But that's another 4 shots fired. And that means we're talking 36 against 19 points on the core right there. Yeah, the game is not going well for Revive Esports. They need a lot of reviving this game. 12 kills against 2. And the bell tower is about to be taken. That could be a kill against Samuro, actually. He barely switches it off. Barely switches that out. And is able to escape. So, yep, now we're having... Did Ana just try and take them down here? Am I seeing that correctly? Was that an attempt with the Eye of Horus to get the sniper through? Apparently. But yeah, they're about to reclaim that, I would assume, since especially Samuro is already sitting topside again. Actually start sending a couple of copies down to the bottom, and Genji's rotating in as well. So it seems like this time they're looking for the defense, and I like it, honestly. It might be a bit too late. Asmodan is currently soaking up a lot of the damage. There's the kill against Garrosh. Garrosh down. And they're trying to get another kill, but at least for now they hold that bell tower. They have level 15 against level 12, so a lead in talents, lead in damage, thanks to the stats. And another camp about to be taken by Samuro, at least could be, if he switches over that, and indeed that's what he does. Double altar towards the top now. And things are really starting to get dicey. I mean, you're already behind in bell tower control with 5-2-3. If you lose 2 now, you're on single digits, so it is going to be super difficult here. Chen is starting to take the position. At least they have even talents for a short amount of time. If 16 drops into the hands of Sleeping Dragon, that's a different story. But there's Wrath already completed. So the first baseline reward has also been accomplished by him. But is Asmodan really going to be in a situation where he can deal that? He gets a chain of command here at this point in time. So that's going to help them with the global control a little bit more. Already the interrupt potential towards the top right. Genji is there as well. They're starting to rotate in for this. Over towards the left side. Still a channel attempt from Corgi, Booty. And they're interrupting that. And again, the interrupt, thanks to the Eye of Horus, gets that out over and over again. But the interrupts keep coming on both sides right now. Another Eye of Horus, 7-sided already being used. And there's the attack happening towards the back line. Sanctification could be used here. Ana is already down. Sanct is in. They're about to get the kill against Asmodan. He barely gets out. Typical Genji play right there. Genji goes in, dies immediately. Li Ming dies just a second later. And Elaine gets wrecked by Hanzo. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 channel. Tyrael is also down. And even with the level 16 talents, they couldn't do anything about it. The synergy that we now have seen already multiple times, also in the series, with the Arcane Orbit on level 16 is now in as well. And Asmodan is starting to take the bottom of the map. That channel is something that I don't quite understand, why they couldn't wait those additional 5 seconds for Asmodan to retake the bottom bell tower. Is a little bit beyond me, because 4 heroes are still down, so that's actually a lost opportunity. It could be 32 points on the core of the blue team. Might not matter in the end, don't get me wrong, but why not? There's no reason not to go for that play. If they lose with the blue team now with only 1 point on the core, then you know why. So either way, 11 points on the side of Revive Esports still put them into an awkward spot. It's 4 versus 4 at least, and they're on even talents and even levels, but Kogi Booty on his Samuro is taking that top lane now. And yeah, claims it. At the bottom of the map there's a bit of pressure happening too, but the flank is already on its way. Ana is completely isolated from the rest of the team, but Garrosh helps her out in a hot minute. There comes Treebeard with a kill. The arrow from Hanzo misses, and the resets are coming. They go for Asmodan, and he is dead, and Ana is on the run. Yeah, that's not happening. You can run, but you can't hide. Down she goes, and that's 3 kills against Revive Esports. 17 against 6 in total now. When it comes to the damage output, we can of course take another look at that. Li Ming on 34,000. They're already about to reclaim the bottom. And yeah, keep in mind, this is actually an opportunity to maybe even end the game. We have Altar spawning in 20 seconds, and this time it's a triple Altar phase. That's just the time when Ana is going to be back to business. And I don't think that Chen can reclaim that top bell tower. So if that bottom bell tower gets converted, which is the case, then it means we have 6 under their control. You take 2 of those altars, and the game's over. 2 is all you need, and they're also porking in the middle, which means that they could start the barrage here. Karazim is already channeling the bottom, and he's gonna get that. Genji is dead though, so that's a problem. There's 6 shots fired, but they haven't rotated anybody else towards the altars to end the game. So Karazim is now starting to slowly move in. We're having an attack from, well, Samuro, but I'm not quite sure if they're gonna get anything here, because they're about to lose another hero. So they're trying to fight for that. Kogi could try and channel the right side, which he doesn't. Oh, he goes for Tempest, nearly gets the kill. It's Li Ming who finishes the job. Karazim is still running, doesn't have the 7-sided either, and goes down to Chen as the Panda is out for revenge all of a sudden. Ana is also dead though, as we're having Corgi Booty getting kill after kill. Nobody cares about him for some reason, so he's trying to just move back. And sees Asmodan here, could go for the interrupt, tries to do exactly that, nope. But the interrupt is still there. Yeah, quest completed by now also for Chen. There's a channel on the right side, but that still leaves 1 altar on the left. And we have a 4 versus 3 on the map. And Chen is low. Chen is incredibly low. With 5 points, the only thing that needs to happen is the channel here. Even the mid lane could be attacked. There could be a push from Samuro if you wanted to go for it. There is no way they're going to interrupt this in long enough. There is just no way. There's the play, and that should be game. Asmodan is about to go down. Yep, he's dead, and he's not going to be the only one. Garrosh gets the kill against Li Ming, but that doesn't help him. He dies too, and so will Chen. Ana is back and can delay it for a little bit longer. But then again, Hanzo's also here. Can they get the kill against Chen at least? Ah, yeah, they can. The altar is still in play. The altar is still there. Hanzo needs, of course, to interrupt now. Enigmatic has already started to continue with the poke, and they're going for Hanzo this time. And this should actually be the end of the game here. Yeah, there's a dart attempt. Enigmatic is about to fall, and he goes down. The arrow connects. It's a full fiesta. As we finally have the kill against Hanzo, and that is going to be the completed channel. And this is game as the blue team takes the lead against Revive Esports in this best of 5 series in Division S North America. Game on! The fourth map, ladies and gentlemen. The dragon is wide awake and is wrecking Revive Esports. And if you thought the composition in the last game was crazy, look at this one. We have Asmodan, he's back to business! Corgi Booty is basically just saying, look boys, I'm gonna show you how it's done. I'm gonna show you the real Asmodan here. We have Elhaim on Anna, Shot on Garrosh, Treebeard on Tychus, and Enigmatic on Alarak. And over to the right side of the map, it's JT on Stukov, Gronmin on Mephisto, Tempest on Lulnara, we have Bismarcky on Ragnaros, and Griffy on Diablo. The big question, Lava Wave or not Lava Wave, is going to be answered soon. For the time being, we're actually seeing again Wrath taken as level 1 talent for Ragnaros. We're also seeing on the side of good old Stukov the Fetid Touch. And a Skull Missile build that we're seeing for Mephisto, who gets racked immediately. Like, that guy has a lot of hatred already, and that hatred is increasing as we're seeing Mephisto fall as the first one in the game. Sulfura's Hunger is taken on the side of Ragnaros though. But yeah, we're definitely in for a treat here. And obviously with game number 4, Sleeping Dragon is going to try and finish this one off. So far, Asmodan has a 0% win rate, and they're trying to turn that around. But damn, do we have a lot of action in that early game. Stukov is down, and then Garrosh gets killed too. So still, in total, a 2-for-1 lead for Sleeping Dragon. Now that dragon isn't sleeping anymore. Gronmin is taken up to the top lane right now. At least there's no opponent, so he's in a situation where he says like, well, all is fine. Griffy, on the other hand, goes down now too. A bit of a random death, if you ask me, here in the mid lane, as everybody else was just watching. Lunara and Ragnaros were just sitting there like, dude, you're on your own. It's like, we're really sorry, but you're pretty much on your own at this point. Up to the top lane, we're seeing Shot taking over the experience. Comes in a bit late, but he's still arriving. Camps are now taken, and this is actually one of the variations where you go for the healing beacon before you go for your own turret, just so that your opponent can't contest it. And in this case, it works out because we had Lunara and Stukov busying themselves with the first item down to the bottom right. And we have another kill against Asmodan. What's going on here? People apparently don't watch the minimap in this game. Right now, it's just full-on Fiesta what we're seeing here. That's already 5 kills, not even 2 minutes into the game right now. With that said, we're having another potential item taken by Sleeping Dragon as they're going for their own turret. Asmodan is back, so he can assist there if they need him. The Skull Missile build is continued on the side of Mephisto as he heads straight into the Hateful Mending. And yeah, we're having, besides that, also now the bigger they are taken on the side of Tychus. That helps them obviously to ban down Diablo quite quickly. I can't wait for the first objective to spawn. I'm going to be honest here. I really feel that it's going to be quite the treat to see that happening. We're having top side now, Alarak doing his thing, negatively charged, still as a level 4 talent. Obviously the bonus has been reduced a little bit. Instead of the 5% since the last patch you only get 4, but it's still the primary talent to be taken here and is part of a lot of the damage that well, Alarak can push out. Level 7 talents are also going to be quite interesting for a lot of the heroes with this. But at the same time, we're having now Shot already taking position on the checkpoint, trying to go for the stun against Diablo. Didn't quite work out the way that he intended to, and the damage over time is actually starting to rack Treebeard here, and that silence doesn't help either. So Treebeard is nearly falling on his Tychus, has to tap the fountain early before the fight even starts. We're having Ragnaros now also moving in from the bottom. And yep, level 7 is soon going to be ready for the Sleeping Dragon, which should give them a small lead at the beginning. Already 18% for the red team for Revive Esports, but they're taking this over pretty easily. Ragnaros is also completed for us Hunger right now. And there's the level 7 talent for the blue team. They still need some more experience on the side of Revive Esports to claim that as well. Here's the talent already with the Night Terrors taking at this point. A bit of a talent against Diablo. Once again, they're really trying to make sure that they have enough damage against him. And oh boy, he's in trouble and might actually fall. Shot tries to get the kill, but instead it's Shot who dies. No, what? You're kidding, right? Shot survives? How did that happen? Not only Diablo, but Shot survives too? Both of them? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. In the meantime, we're having the choke and pollen again right here. We're also having the long pitch. So yeah, definitely a bit of a different build here for Lunara in North America. But again, with the kill that she gets against Alarak, they are setting themselves up for a pretty nice move. I mean, things are looking good for them now. I just can't believe that both of the frontliners survived there. I mean, it really felt like anybody could just get one more hit in, and that would have been the end of it. But didn't quite turn out that way. We have on level 7 now the Amplified Force. We're having the quarterback now taken. And I can't wait for 16 on Tychus because I'm 100% certain we're also going to see him with the extra damage against Dibbles there again. It really feels the entire setup is just designed to take Griffey down whenever they have a chance. So, yeah, with that, we have now Treebeard and his boys starting to fight again for that first protector here, because so far they haven't really given up hope yet. And why would they? Already they play at the front, but there's Ragnaros with a Molten Core. And, yeah, items on the ground. They still try and fight through the Molten Core. That's not happening, guys. I mean, I don't know what you are trying to do here, but you are in for a punishment if you're trying to fight that. Or at least you should be. Tempest is getting a bit more damage in as he continuously pokes, and there's obviously the turrets to be considered now too. Now he gets even a bit more out of this, and that's going to be Protector number 1 in the hands of Revive Esports. Looking good. Okay, just a little bit confused on where to go. The traditional rotation would be the top side after doing a bit of damage to the wall in the middle to get the top fountain out. Level 10 is incredibly close, by the way, for them too. Then it's going to be the important question. Unfortunately, Tim isn't here. With Trixler, it would be only one answer. But is it going to be Sulfuras here for the follow-up after a good Diablo engage Olunara slow? Or are we going to see the Lava Wave? First of all, we have the Hibbity Hop as Leaping Strike is taken. And indeed, Lava Wave value. Alright, we are definitely North America. So, Enigmatic gets also nearly taken down here. Elhaim is still on the run. Anna! And all of a sudden they went to deep. Yep, that could be a kill against Griffey. That could definitely be a kill against him, but nope, he can move out. Asmodan, on the other hand, has fallen in the meantime as the fight up here to the top goes in. Lunaro is able to take him down as he moved in here. They're also going for the next item. I want to see the Lava Wave value right now, to be honest with you. And yeah, with that, Eye of Horus again. Apparently they don't like the nano boost in North America. I honestly can't even remember when we had... Well, I think we had 1 or 2 Eye of Horus in the last 6-7 months in Europe on the Division S level. Outside of that, it's always a nano boost. But the comps are definitely a little bit different here. But as it turns out, I could still see the Ragnaros value for the later stage here. I want to see how they're going to play this. Is that just going to be a push on the top lane and getting the Lava Wave then on the top lane and trying to win the objective with it, or on the opposite side of the map to try and get value and allow for a bigger push through the minions? Not quite sure what we're actually going to get there. But with this, we're having at the same time now still the lead for half a level for the red team. 5 against 4 is currently the kill count. And obviously with the objective number 2 spawning topside, the teams are now getting ready with additional items that they're taking. It's a good lead for Revive Esports with the additional healing beacon that they already have. And in terms of talents, I don't think they won't be able to rely for a talent advantage for too long. They should hit 13 by the time that the objective gets announced. But I don't really think that Sleeping Dragon has to fight against a talent advantage for a long time here, if at all. So, as it stands, we have 162 stacks for Asmodan. So, yeah, he's starting to get his damage in. And again, ooh, there's again. Asmodan is just the happiest guy when he's on a mount. Like, he's honestly the happiest hero. There's no hero that is happier than Asmodan when he's on a mount. When he is on either Carpet or Dubloon or something, that's also a happy situation there. Looks like they might get the kill against Dibbles after all. Yep, the Apocalypse on the other hand secures the kill against Tychus. He's done. And another hit! Oh, and the stacks and the throw. And they're going straight in for a potential second kill. Corgi is a little bit low though too. Shot is already on the run. And there's the Lava Wave. And this is why Lava Wave is a shit ult. Oh, don't tell me he survives this. No way. Okay, the B-step comes out, and then Diablo moves in from the side, and the back B-step is there immediately. Look at how happy he is. Whee! Asmodan is just a happy panda whenever he can ride on a mount. Arms stretched to the side, and he goes, whee! And is totally happy about this. But yeah, Lava Wave, again, it can be good for macro control, but if you try and use Lava Wave in a team fight to get team fight value, I have yet to see something where that actually works out properly, unless you have like an insane stun chain or something like, I don't know, a ley line that you can use at some point, and timing that is nearly impossible. So, but yeah, we'll see. For now we have 13 in play, and that gives us the virulent reaction, so I'm happy that NA at least believes in the power of that talent. I would have been a little bit upset if that wouldn't be a thing. But yeah, JTR has now a chance to lock heroes down a little bit more and open up opportunities for especially Mephisto and Lunara to get the damage connected. So that's already a good one. Happy to see that. Also, we have Lunara playing it safe here with a greater spell shield against the Asmodan. They give the damage, and Alarak is down. That's a good Apocalypse. Oh, baby, now we're talking. That's a nice lockdown, and that was Mephisto helping out quite a bit there. It's a second kill against Shot as we see Garrosh fall. And Tempest wants Ana, and they should be able to get the kill there. Treebeat is trying to turn it around a little bit, but chances of that happening are rather slim at this point. The objective is up, and they're still fighting for it. Asmodan has pretty much resigned himself to dying, but at least wants to get a counter kill. Can't make that happen either. So that's now 16 against 14 in terms of levels, and 11 kills against 5. We're having the 16 talent here also ready, with now the animosity taken. We're having the unfair advantage, and Ragnaros is starting to go for another turret, as obviously nobody's going to contest top protector anymore. But yeah, it's a bit of a fun game here. The main damage currently on the side of Lunara with 29,000, and the Protector is back to business. So with 16, they could actually make a play for keep if they really wanted to. So they could really try to go for the top side to make sure that they're getting the keep, or just simply rotate down to the bottom to prepare for the third objective. Not really making that play yet either. Instead, they're trying to go for the kill against Shot again. He died so far 3 times, and they're going for the 4th here. So no preparation of the bot lane, and as I say, the Lava Wave is getting used at the bottom of the map, so they're trying to go for the macro value. I like that a lot more than trying to use it in the middle again, so that's at least something where I can totally see them get the value. Burning this down and then trying to get more pressure in against the fort is exactly what they need to do here. Talking about what they need to do, what the blue team needs to do is get a couple of kills, and they're trying to make that happen against Bismarcky. But that did not quite pan out since they couldn't lock Ragnaros down for long enough. Here comes the setup though. Odin is already being used. Mech against mech, baby. But I can tell you one thing, that Protector is a little bit stronger. The Fountain is already down. They go for the fort, and they're going to get this one too. So yep, that's actually a really good second objective. It's a fantastic objective for them. They've taken every single one of the outer structures already. They lost now the talent advantage that they had previously, but still, this is pretty solid. Only 13 stacks on the level 4 on the negatively charged for Alarak. Tempest needs to be a bit careful. Alright, Enigmatic trying to get the hits in. Lunara dancing nicely around them. There comes the leaping strike, and Alarak is having a problem, and it's called Lunara. Mephisto goes in for the kill steal. That's a report right there. If this was Dota 2, he would already be out. And the attempt to go for the Molten Core, but this time not quite working since the indirect was there against Bismarcky. That could have been devastating. But yeah, if I'm Tempest, I'm a little bit pissed right now. You pretty much get a solo kill against Alarak, and then Gronwyn comes in and is like, da-da! Gets the last hit, and that was that. So yeah, with this, we're having now meantime the mid lane, again pushed out by Ragnaros. Who has the most siege damage, by the way? Is it gonna be Raggy? Yeah! 146,000 damage for him. So little Raggy is doing his thing. Is that the proper skin, by the way? No, it's not. Not quite sure if I can really condone this. This is the wrong Ragnaros skin. I'm really not quite on board with this. Little Ragnaros is just a must if you're playing that hero. I mean, there's certain standards that you just simply have to. But there's a certain etiquette if you're playing the hero. With that said, Asmodan is currently sitting at 35,000 damage. He's actually starting to get the number up here. Again, Ana with a work, and Lava Wave in the middle this time. There comes the big boy setup. They're letting the kill go against Tykes. He's down, nearly a kill against Garrosh. Ooh, and Ragnaros is trying to get the value here. Problem is he needs to be careful when he respawns. And yes, figured that out too. Just realized, I'm not quite sure if that works out. It also didn't work out for Lunara, who also goes down, and that gave Ragnaros a little bit of time to move out of harm's way and cover his ass up here. Alright, so far so good. Let's have a quick look here also at the items. Currently only a turret for them. On the other side we have a little bit more. I guess everything was used in the last fight. Nothing yet. 336 stacks, by the way, on Azmodan. Azmodan is starting to get his thing together here. So, well, 20 is not out of the question. It's 2 levels away from them, so probably not happening for the next objective, but still doable. 15 stacks for Alarak in the meantime. The problem is really that Revive Esports is so much closer to 20. Their Storm Talents are nearly there. Another thing is, if Azmodan actually loses this game too, he's 0-2 in this series, so 0% win rate. It would also mean that Lava Wave has a 100% win rate, so I'm not quite sure which one of the two is better or worse. But as it happens, we're having the objective unlocked in another 20 seconds, and that pretty much coincides perfectly with a level 20 for Revive Esports, so there's 0 chance that we're going to see the blue team with 20 during this phase. Unless they delayed for some unknown reason. There we have it. Galloping Gate already taken. Alright. And if you already go Lava Wave, my dear friend, then I also want to see the upgrade. We're having at the same time Hellgate taken. We're seeing Mimic, obviously. We're having Push comes to shove here for them. And Ragnaros is teasing a little bit. Ragnaros is currently teasing, and they're trying to already push out the bottom wall. And we have the heroic difficulty. I'm not angry. No. I'm really not angry. I'm really not angry. I'm just a little bit disappointed. I just seriously I just expected a little bit more from him. But it's okay, it's okay. No, it's great. Heroic difficulty can be. No, it's a great hull. No, take it. It's fine. It's fine. No, take it. It's okay. If we're already going for the memes, then we could have gone the full distance, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Either way, we're currently having 76% already for them, and 20 should be ready at least for the Sleeping Dragon for the defense. And with that, they also have the quest completed, or the baseline quest completed completely for Azmodan. Ragnaros is waiting in the bush there. And there it is. Time for the Protector, baby! Boys, you do know you're getting attacked, right? You are aware that the bot lane is getting attacked and that you're losing your keep and that they're going to try and go for core. You do know that. Okay, there's finally the move back. They're looking for the 20 still, because so far they haven't found it. Azmodan might have been able to get another wave with a big blow, but so far they don't have that. They're trying to burn that down. Ah, there's the early Odin. No big red button for him. And another hit from Azmodan. There's the 20 now in play. And with that, we have Deadeye taken. We're seeing the hasty bargain, the big red button. And Azmodan still with a little tease, but they're zoning them out completely. Not even the keep is down. Not even the keep is eliminated as the black pool gets taken there too. Let's take another look at the damage. We have 43,000 right now. Top damage in the game from Azmodan. And he is starting to poke quite heavily here. And burn down that Protector. I mean, they should still be able to get a keep, right? They kind of have to. Alright, there's the big shove. Shot already pushed into the corner here. And they might not get that keep after all. Protector jumps in again. Alright, finally with the last few hits. There we go. And the keep is down. Thank you. And immediately the sleep dart on Ragnaros. I would be a little bit pissed. Yeah, you see, that's why you take Lava Wave, my friend. And again, massive value. Oh my god, it took an entire wave. No, I don't believe it. Absolutely amazing heroic ability. We should always take this. An entire minion wave. This is unbelievable. The kill against Diablo, the Apocalypse still connecting though, and again it's Lunara that hops in and hops out, tries to get the kills in, and gets the one against Tychus. Nice job by Bismarcky, stopping Alarak from taking down Lunara, and that looks pretty much like a kill right there. Lunara still has to be careful. If she gets a bit too close, then she can still fall. And they're actually saving him. They're actually saving Alarak. Instead it's Stukov that falls, a bit too far out there. But yeah. So in the meantime, we have the structures actually attacked by the minion waves that have been pushing in. Obviously, Azmodan has this little thing that is called his trait, and he has been using that quite a bit to get that extra push through. Didn't result in them taking a fort yet, but at least it pushed the lanes out and helped them with that. But you have to consider that obviously they also had to play against the catapults that are periodically spawning because of the forts that have been annihilated. So that at least helps. But now they're starting to gain some momentum themselves. And let's take a look at the damage again. 55,000 now for Azmodan. Up to the top lane. We're having another opportunity also to get that siege damage into action. Come on. Come on, doggy. Come on. Be a good doggy. Be a good doggy. Nope. Instead, they're just burning down the item. This thing screams for Globe Doom. Boy, I'm getting salty here. Instead, Alarak is taking over the lane right now. But yeah, with that, we're now having Enigmatic starting to move in. Taking that instead, that works out too. Shot actually sitting at the side, making sure that nobody flanks him. And yeah, with that said, the next fight is going to happen on level 22. Another objective is, of course, spawning in the middle of the map. So that would mean that we still have... Well, we don't have a single fort on either side for this. Obviously, if the Rive Esports takes the next protector, then they would stay go through the bot lane and take the game. But still, if we are having that taken by Sleeping Dragon, they have an opportunity to move through middle, take keep, and maybe even catapult it forward towards the cores up. Definitely a good chance. So with this, we're having right now 23 stacks on the level 4. So again, not really a whole lot for him. Azmodan is trying to get the wave clear, the same as we're seeing from Ragnaros right now with another lava wave. As the minions are folding, it's just too much. This is the big difference between heroes and minions. Minions are too stupid to move out of the way of lava wave. Again, if you're playing on the lower level, the same applies for heroes too, but usually on the higher level, they still see that thing coming because they know that there's a mini-map. They move around it. We're having also the incursion for Dibbles. And he gets wrecked. 64 souls is not enough. Garrosh, can he stay alive though? Shot is down. Kill for a kill here. And more damage is coming. The Mimic in particular from Mephisto is doing work, and so does obviously the damage over time from Lunara. Ragnaros is down though, and that's 2 kills for 1. And all of a sudden, we're talking about a potential kill against Lunara. Oh, Azmodan! Azmodan is dead as well, and there's the leaping strike, and Lunara gets the kill just as she herself dies. Alarak secures the final hit, but I think the damage over time would have probably dropped her anyways. Well, it depends a little bit on Stukov, I suppose. But now it's a 2-for-1. It's a full Fiesta setup with 18 kills against 12 right now. And already the position taken over. But this means Protector. And honestly, Alarak has to fight. Alarak had to go in. It's a 2 versus 1, and yes, I agree, it's a shitty situation, but do you really feel like he is going to defend that core solo? With Garrosh, who comes back in 7 seconds? Now, I don't really think so, especially since catapults are pushing in too. This should be game. If they can hold that, that would be a bit insane, to be honest. Garrosh is back, but it's 10 seconds until Azmodan is in. Catapults are pushing in too. Does that work out? There's no way, right? 23 minutes in. Nah, that thing is just absolutely destroying, and Diablo's on the way now too. So yeah, the core is slowly falling here. He might just be able to pull it up, to be honest. Nah, no. Okay, forget what I said. Forget what I said. That thing is a little bit too strong. 30%, and they're doing whatever they can, but the heroes alone would still work around that. And that is game. We see a game 5, ladies and gentlemen, in this little series between Sleeping Dragon and Revive Esports. Game number 5, the final map, ladies and gentlemen. Let the memes begin or end. Shot on Muradin as we're heading into a Battlefield of Eternity. We have Corgi Booty on Samuro again, Treebeard on Reyna. On the left side, Enigmatic on Liming, and Elheim on Malfurion. And on the right side, JTR on Stukov, Gronmin on Greymane for the immortal damage, Tempest on Medivh, Griffy on Diablo, and with a 100% win ratio in this series and in North America, it's Ragnaros, the Lord of Fire. And yeah, hopefully with Lava Wave again. I mean, why would you take Sulfuras? Lava Wave has a 100% win rate so far. Okay, so jokes and memes aside, let's have a bit of a look at the lineup here. At the top side, obviously, it's going to be a Ragnaros against Samuro lane. Down to the bottom of the map, that's where we're going to see our 4 versus 4 lineup. And I want to see a little bit of Medivh action with this one. I honestly have no clue who's going to take this series, but after the wild ride that we experienced, endured, were graced with, I mean, you choose. I really want to see the conclusion of this particular best of 5 in North America. The combos from Enigmatic, that's something that I am personally looking forward to, because if you get some really decent moves with Li Ming and a couple of resets, you can really bounce through their team. Obviously, Medivh is going to be the little linchpin here for Revive Esports, as he's going to try and shield everybody, but there's also a little bit of portal control, obviously. Not only Li Ming, who hopefully, I mean, I'm not quite sure about everything in the NA meta, but I seriously hope that what we're going to see from Li Ming on level 10 is the Wave of Force, and if she goes into that, she has a bit of portal control. Same goes for Malfurion, who obviously still has the roots on the ground. And we're already having some attacks over at the camp. Normally in Europe you don't see that all that often. What usually happens is that one team rotates one hero up to the solo lane, and then you have the teams just taking one camp each. But in this game, it's a full-on fight between the two, and it's a blue team who is able to take it and also connects with another Stormbolt here, as we're having 3 already for shot. Already doing way better than on Sky Temple, where he got, I think, a single Stormbolt per minute or something like that. So with this, we're having currently at the top side Corgi Booty pushing out Bismarcky here as much as he can. Keep in mind that Revive Esports is actually playing with 2 sub players. I mentioned that in one of the previous games, but I just want to highlight it again. So to my knowledge, Griffy and Corgi Booty are both, Griffy and Bismarcky, who just died here, are both sub players. So yeah, Ragnaros dies after all, got taken out, apparently venturing out a little bit too far after he just looked safe a second ago. But right now, we're having camps taken, as they're starting to make the move straight in for the Shaman camp. Obviously, as the objective spawns, you're going to try and time that properly. And this is why they're also delaying the capture. Yep, they're sending Greymane now over. Same is happening for the blue team, by the way, as they're pretty much making the same moves here. 1 kill against 0, objective on the map. Both of the teams with the camps, and it's time to shine. Let's party, baby. We're good to go here. He's gonna take it. 8 more seconds. Already the tank versus tank setup here in the middle. It's only a matter of hours, guys. It can only take a few hours and one of them is gonna die, potentially. Vision is obviously granted from Medivh right now, as he's starting to move in for that. We're having on level 4, this time, by the way, dominance taken by Li Ming. Me likey! And on top of that, the thick skin for Greymane. And Greymane in particular is obviously absolutely fantastic when it comes to the control of the Immortal itself. And that's why we're seeing him currently solo, going straight here for the move in Worgen form and just chunking away. As the defense there by Griffy is set up at the top. And the blue team is definitely not really getting all that much value out of it just yet, considering how many heroes they are pushing towards that. The red team, on the other hand, has to still figure out what they want to do. Keeping 2 heroes for the defense doesn't really, or for the attack doesn't really do as much for them. Just set Greymane onto the target and have the rest of the team defend would probably be the smartest move for them, because the continuous poke now is going to chunk that down eventually to 0. But over here to the right side, the red team has now started to commit JTR to it as well on his Stukov. And they're trying to go for the booty as well. They want the booty, they get the booty. Yeah, Samuro goes down, and that is another kill for them. First one for them, actually. Here comes the portal action now, as they're trying to go for a bit more even. If they can win a bit more with a fight, that would be great. But Enigmatic is starting to take that objective easily for them. So, nicely played. Well done here. So, as we continue, we have at the top side, still the Immortal spawning in just a second, but they're starting to get some damage in against Muradin down here towards the bottom. The level 7 is going to hit for both of the teams roughly at the same time. Sometimes when you get a lead through kills, you can actually get that quicker and then push through even more aggressively. In this case, it's really a tiny advantage. I don't think they can capitalize on that, especially since they have still multiple heroes down at the bottom of the map. So that Immortal is actually not really doing anything. It gets burned down way too quickly. It was important that Greymane was on the lane, because he's the one who does the most damage against it. But that keep hasn't even taken any damage whatsoever. He didn't have the situation lined up properly, and therefore there's nothing that really happens there. Having also on level 7 now the Quicksilver Bullet, so a bit of a range increase here for Greymane, so that he's slightly safer with the setup. But the two teams walk away from each other with pretty much even... I mean, the experience is a bit different, but still, like that wall falling for an entire objective with 50% shield wasn't quite worth it. That root on the ground is pretty awesome, and JTR is about to fall. Shot wants the kill and doesn't get it. The heal comes through just a second before. Now we have Griffey trying to follow it up. The best portal in the world has already been used, and it's just enough to lock Muradin down, so it actually did exactly what it was designed to do. And Muradin gets wrecked. Ragnaros comes in and drops him immediately. Nicely done. I like it. So with that, we're now having Elhaim on the run. Greymane obviously wants to get a little bit more damage in and is running Malfurion down. Malfurion has a problem, and it's called a root cooldown. Treebeard is trying to help out, but that's not happening either. Liming, on the other hand, the shield and the save. Nice. But that was close. That would have been ridiculous if he could actually get the kill there against Greymane. But yeah, level 9 versus 9.5 now. I have honestly no clue who's gonna win this game. I have no idea. But this game has been... it's the gift. This series is the gift that keeps on giving. So with this, we're having level 10 abilities around the corner, but the Immortals are already up before that happens. So the teams are going to try and fight around that for now. 10 stacks by now for Muradin. So he's getting a little bit closer to the quest completion here. No Sledgehammer, since the talent is currently still banned out because of that little bug where you can stack or get the extra stacks for your baseline also through minion hits and also structure hits. Here comes the setup again with a lockdown against Gromin. Nicely done. Shield first of all on Medivh, but also the portal that he just used to get the target safe, so to safety, so that worked quite nicely. Ragnaros is already moving topside to get the experience for level 10, and the wave should be down in a moment, and is. So now we're having the halftime show, nearly won by the Sleeping Dragon again, but there's a level 10 flailing swipe. And we are also having the Sulfura smash. So yeah, Ragnaros was converted. Bismarcky has played Ragnaros in the last game, looked at it, tried out Lava Wave. You heard Tim Trixler talk a lot about Lava Wave, and he was like, hey, I really always play Sulfuras, but I want to see what all that fuss is about. So let's check Lava Wave out there for a second. Played Lava Wave, realized that it's shit, and then went straight into the Sulfuras and immediately gets a hit there. Maybe don't get a kill from it, but he knows that it is just the better talent. Has nothing to do with the map only having 2 lanes or anything like this. That's literally not what this is about. So for this set, 3 kills against 1, and we're already having our attack again on the right side. The red team trying to defend as much as they can right now, but it is definitely going to be a little bit more tricky for the blue team to convert the Immortals this time, because the defense is definitely there. It's all about the living control, because she's still poking the entire time. And there's the lightning breath already used. Ragnaros gets wrecked. It's a Ragnaros, and that was a good Samuro kill here, who's currently starting to do quite a bit of damage himself. And he goes in for the booty, and he gets the booty. In this case, we have a kill against Samuro, but Greymane has died for his sins shortly after. Alright, so there we have to go for the Immortal again. That seems like it's going to be another one for Sleeping Dragon. I don't see anybody turning this one around. And yeah, indeed, that's a big one. 60% shields for him at this point. And with that, we're also having the push now down through the bottom of the map. And this one should be a little bit more successful. I mean, Ragnaros has Sulfuras ready once again. If they get a ley line set up, if they get something set up, and then the go for the throw can come in, that might be something. But yeah, damage output, let's have another quick look at that. Currently we're sitting at 17,000 for Greymane, pretty solid there. Liming on the other hand, as I said at the beginning, she is the linchpin. 26k, and Ragnaros with a Molten Core. This time he gets it through, not interrupted, and he's fantastic in defending against objectives, obviously. But that one was a pretty quick burn against him. Samuro is still at the top side, by the way, so that's an issue. And as I say, they actually jump down. Tries to go into the back line. Corgi is there. And the red team, they want that booty again. They get the silence. Nice job by Stukov. No, but they can't get that kill. The ley line is in, and that's a big boy ley line. And the smash. And the smash did not do any damage, if I saw that correctly. I think that just connected a second after the ley line was let go. Sorry, before the ley line was let go at the same time. So that's a bit unfortunate for Bismarcky here. Should have maybe gone for Lava Wave. And the top lane, we're having Samuro starting to rotate straight back in to try and drop another fort. The first one is already down, and they might get another one. Down to the bottom, on the other hand, there's the Medivh plays with one portal after another, trying to move in and maybe get a kill there. If they have a portal to drop onto Li Ming, that might be pretty sweet. But here's the 13s. So with a 13, giddy up! Healing static already chosen. And what else do we get? Illusionist is in play. Pretty much standard. Okay. Down to the bot lane, Ragnaros. Alright, by fire be purged, baby. He's trying to purge the bot lane, first of all, but the rest of the team has to defend against the top, as we're seeing the Sleeping Dragon 5-manning in here. Am I the only one, by the way, that is slightly disappointed that we neither saw Syndragosa or Water Dragon in this game by Sleeping Dragon? I mean, we've seen Cho'Gall in the games, okay, so we've seen Cho'Gall, we've seen Probius, and Sleeping Dragon just didn't have the balls to go for their namesake. That is quite disappointing to me. And as I said before, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Talking about disappointment, Ragnaros so far is getting a little bit wrecked here by Samuro, and at the top lane there's even more pressure coming up, so all over the place we're currently seeing action from the blue team. Yeah, really starting to carry this forward. I mean, it is game number 5 right now, and this is definitely not over until the fat lady sings. But, yep, there comes the Samuro rotation in, as we're having Ragnaros already arriving at the top lane. 13 talents are on both sides ready, which gives us, again, the virulent reaction. So it's time to shine for JTR if he can get those in. Gets the lockdown and the silence. That would be the dream for the team. Already, the Immortal spawning in another 2 seconds, and we are good to go. Can they win the third one? That's the big question. First of all, shot, hoppity hop out again. Already completed the baseline, by the way. 23 stacks now on the level 1 on the Perfect Storm. Had a few kills in there earlier. These are already eliminated, but Samuro is on the right side, is already starting to do his thing, and he's burning that down quickly. Samuro is doing solid work here. Good portal control, nice root on the ground. Well done by Malfurion. But they're still fighting for it. Nibbles, on the other hand, gets the shield. Stukov comes in and gets them out. Li Ming is dead, though. And that's the kill that they needed. Li Ming was the biggest problem in every single fight so far. But the Stormbolt against Ragnaros is insanely good. It's exactly what they needed here. They're still fighting for it, though. But another Stormbolt connects. A shot is making the plays for Greymane. And, yeah, that's another kill. Medivh is already on the run. Doesn't have the baseline completed. Ooh, and he goes down. He had 35 stacks. Medivh had 35 stacks and is dead. Oh, no. Oh, that hurt. That hurt so much. 7 kills against 5. But if you look at experience, it is a massive, massive lead for the Sleeping Dragon. They're looking fantastic now. They will have level 16 and they will win another big boy Immortal and able to move through that. This hurts. This honestly hurts. I mean, at this point, not even Lava Wave can save the game anymore for them. 0 deaths, by the way, on Reyna. He hasn't died yet. Neither has Diablo, which is honestly impressive considering how low he was a couple of times. But as it stands, the fort at the top lane is dead and that Immortal is just now joining. Here comes Stukov again with a get the fuck out of my game move. And is saving at least one target, but the problem is that they are now in a world of pain. That pain train, choo-choo, is up at the top lane and it is coming. And yeah, it's gonna barrel down straight onto that keep and maybe even more. The 16 talents are ready and that gives us now also Pain and Rat, more sustainability for Muradin with a stone form, and they are moving through right there. The roots on the ground as Malfurion lays down the lawn, and now we have the attack straight up against the against the gate itself. Here comes Ragnaros with this move. They were waiting for that already. Li Ming is actually low. Li Ming is actually incredibly low. They need to keep her alive here. Ragnaros with the Molten Core is doing solid work. Nice job by Li Ming, dodging out on that, dodging out on most of the damage. Molten Core is over, then Immortal is still doing damage. Here comes the combo again from Li Ming as Enigmatic is trying to connect it with Tempest. Doesn't do that. Leyline is in. No Sulfuras to follow it up though. Can they even save the keep? That would be insane, but I don't think there's a chance that they do that. Here comes the attack against Dibbles, and Dibbles is in trouble, and Dibbles is alive. What? How the fuck did he get out? They get the kill against Li Ming, and they're making the play for Jimmy. They can't take him, but they might be able to get the kill against Muradin. And Greymane! Oh, come on. He went in too deep and they just turned around and took him down. Shot is still on the run. Once vision is granted, Diablo's gonna get the wall stun. He knows he's dead. There is no way. There is just no way that he survives. Goes in and gets eliminated. The problem is the keep has actually fallen just a second ago to the catapult right here. So they might have saved the one at the top lane, but they weren't able to save the one at the bottom. And Samuro the entire time has just doing his push thing. So the situation is still incredibly good for Sleeping Dragon here. But yeah, this entire setup is just... Yeah, and they're backdooring it now too. Well, at least they're trying to. Samuro is sitting there and it's like, boys, don't worry about it. I got this. Ragnaros is there, tries to defend the bot lane. And he runs away. Come on, dude, you're better than that. He came, he saw, and he immediately pissed himself. Veni, vidi, pee. And he died as well. Veni, vidi, GG. He came, he saw, and he died. It's like, boys, I got this. I have the back door. Then he moves in and he's like, I'm not sure if I can do this. Tries to run away, runs into 3 heroes and dies a painful death. They're still going down to the bottom of the map. Oh, Bismarcky on Ragnaros nearly gets away there. Greymane is doing damage. Guys, if they win the first Immortal and turn this around, this would be perfect for this series. This would be absolutely perfect. Ragnaros, I think, has, by the way, forgotten that he has an ult. Like, I haven't seen that in a while now. They're trying to get some damage in here. And Greymane has now taken the halftime show. Gronmin is just saying, guys, I'm done with this shit. I'm just making sure that we're having a chance there. Shot is just hopping around. Gets the avatar out. Is still on the run. There's a stun in the second and Muradin is down. They're actually going to win that Immortal. They're actually going to take the Immortal. Or are they? I mean, they're taking the fight right now, and so they should. Oh, Corgi, they want the booty, and they don't get it. The bot lane, by the way, is heavily attacking the core right now with a double catapult. There's the defense. Greymane is on the move. Shields are falling. It's getting dicey. They make the play for him. Double stun. And that's a kill right there. Samuro is back to business, though. And he's saying, I'm going to take that regardless. Greymane needs to be a little bit quicker. Ragnaros is already back, has defended the core for now, successfully I might add. And this is the first objective that the red team wins. The red team has actually taken an objective. Alright. Comeback time. The bot lane is the one that's going to be pushed out. Yeah, please backdoor. Please do it. That worked so well the last time that you tried it. I mean, to be fair, he can proxy the wave at least, but yeah. Alright, in the meantime, the objective is moving through the mid lane. Sorry, yeah, mid lane, exactly. Through the bot lane here. Samuro wants to go for the keep. They're saying like, this time I got it. This time I'm sure I can take it. Okay, Samuro goes for the top. Takes the keep down. Is going to be able to escape here. The bottom fort has fallen. Obviously, the red team knows. They have to do something. They are fully aware that they have to find mass value at the bottom of the map. They have to at least take the keep. There's just no other way right now. There's absolutely no other way at this point. So they're starting to go in. And yeah, with this, we're having the keep definitely destroyed. But they would like to go for Goya. The 20, on the other hand, is ready for the opponent. And that's the biggest problem. Your opponent has 20, you don't have Storm Talents. Ragnaros throws the ult out, but he dies to Samuro as the blade slices him in two. They're trying to get the Samuro kill here. Malfurion already with the ult as well as they're going for the Lightning Breath. Stukov is down. And Greymane is on the core. They're actually getting it down a little bit, but there is no way. Greymane, a wolf on a mission. Well, as Trixler would say, a wolf on a mission. But yeah, that's enough woofing for him. Greymane is dead. Dibbles is the only one who came back. It was a full 5-man team wipe. They have the core down to 68%, and now Griffey is sitting there and is thinking, hey, what am I supposed to do right now? Do I backdoor as Diablo, or how are we going to make this play? At this point, we're starting to see Samuro already moving in. Dibbles is saying, I got this, boys. And yeah, he doesn't have a chance to help you. Oh god, okay, so it seems like the blue team is finally able to get that win in the series. Now they fell behind early on against Revive Esports, but now they take the 3-2 victory here in Division S of North America. GG and well played and entertaining. A little bit of a meme match where there was definitely a bit of fun involved with those compositions. But yeah, nicely done. As the core finally goes down. Yeah, okay. For a moment, yeah. That's it. The Sleeping Dragon, they take it against Revive Esports with a 3-2.